Inflation is when prices go up. It's a phenomenon that affects the cost of goods and services over time. It means your money buys less than it used to. Essentially, the purchasing power of your money decreases. Think about it like this. A loaf of bread might cost $2 today. You might not think much of it now, but with inflation, that same bread could cost $2.50 next year. This increase might seem small, but it accumulates. Your money has less power. You can buy fewer items with the same amount of money, which can be frustrating. Inflation is a fact of life. It's something that everyone experiences, regardless of where they live or what they do. It happens slowly over time, like a slow leak in a tire. You might not notice it immediately, but it's there. It usually happens at a small rate, like 2 or 3% per year. This might seem insignificant at first glance. This may not seem like much, but it adds up over time. Over several years, the cumulative effect can be quite substantial. Imagine a $2 ice cream cone. It's a simple treat that many people enjoy. If inflation is 3% per year, that cone could cost $2.60 in 10 years. That's a big difference. Over a decade, the price increase is noticeable. This is why it's important to understand inflation and how it can affect your money. Being aware of inflation helps you make better financial decisions. By planning ahead and considering inflation, you can protect your purchasing power. This might involve investing wisely or saving more. Staying informed about economic trends and inflation rates can help you stay ahead. Knowledge is power when it comes to managing your finances. Remember, inflation is a gradual process, but its impact can be significant over time. By understanding it, you can make smarter choices with your money. Ultimately, being aware of inflation helps you maintain your standard of living and achieve your financial goals. It's all about being prepared and proactive. Inflation is like a hidden tax. It silently erodes the value of your money over time, making each dollar less powerful than it was before. It eats away at the value of your savings. What you can buy with $1 today will cost more in the future, reducing your purchasing power. If you keep your money in a savings account that pays very little interest, inflation can actually make you lose money. The interest earned is often not enough to keep up with rising prices. Let's say you have $1,000 in savings. It might seem like a secure amount, but inflation can change that perception. If inflation is 2%, your $1,000 will be worth only $980 in purchasing power next year. This means you can buy less with the same amount of money. You still have $1,000 in the bank, but it won't buy as much. The cost of goods and services increases, making your money less effective. Over long periods, inflation's impact is even more dramatic. The cumulative effect can significantly reduce the value of your savings. Imagine saving for a house 20 years from now. The money you save today will not have the same buying power in the future. Inflation means the house will cost much more than it does today. Planning for the future requires considering how inflation will affect your long-term goals.
Not everyone loses with inflation. Some people actually benefit. Borrowers, for example, can win during times of inflation. If you borrow money at a fixed interest rate and inflation rises, you're paying back the loan with cheaper money. Governments can also benefit from inflation. Inflation can increase tax revenue. This is because inflation can push incomes into higher tax brackets. However, people on fixed incomes, like retirees, often suffer during inflationary periods. Their income stays the same, but their expenses rise. Savers also lose because their money buys less over time.
Sometimes, inflation gets out of control. This is called hyperinflation. It happened in Germany in the 1920s and in Zimbabwe in the 2000s. Prices rose so fast that people had to use wheelbarrows full of money just to buy bread. Hyperinflation is rare, but it shows what can happen when a country's financial system becomes unstable. It's a stark reminder of the importance of sound money and responsible government policies. These historical examples are extreme, but they illustrate the devastating impact inflation can have. It's crucial to understand how to protect yourself from its erosive effects. Section 5. The Future of Money, Digital Currencies and Financial Shifts. The world of money is changing. We're seeing the rise of digital currencies, like Bitcoin. Some people believe these currencies could protect against inflation. Others are not so sure. Central banks are also exploring digital currencies. These could change the way we bank and spend money. It's a rapidly evolving landscape, and it's important to stay informed. There's also talk of a global financial reset. Some experts predict major changes to the global monetary system. No one knows for sure what the future holds, but it's wise to be prepared. Section 6. Safeguarding your wealth. Practical tips for beating inflation. In today's economic climate, inflation can erode the value of your savings if you're not proactive. It's crucial to understand how to protect your wealth effectively. So, how can you protect your hard-earned money from inflation? The first step is to be aware of the impact inflation can have on your purchasing power. The key is to put your money to work for you. This means finding ways to grow your wealth rather than letting it stagnate. Don't let it sit idle in a savings account. While savings accounts are safe, they often offer interest rates that don't keep up with inflation. One of the best ways to fight inflation is to invest. Diversifying your investments can help spread risk and increase potential returns. Investing means buying assets that have the potential to increase in value over time. This could include stocks, bonds, mutual funds, or ETFs. This could be real estate, stocks, or other appreciating assets. Real estate, for example, often appreciates over time and can provide rental income. Or even your own business. Starting or investing in a business can offer significant returns if managed well. Another important tip is to avoid holding too much cash. While it's essential to have some liquidity, too much cash can lose value quickly in an inflationary environment. Remember, inflation eats away at the value of cash. Keeping large amounts of money in cash can be detrimental to your financial health. Instead, try to invest your money in assets that can outpace inflation. Consider a mix of stocks, real estate, and other investments that historically perform well during inflationary periods. By being proactive and strategic, you can safeguard your wealth and ensure it grows over time. Section 7. Investing in assets. Real estate, gold, and more. Real estate has long been a popular hedge against inflation. As prices rise, so does the value of your property. Plus, you can earn rental income, which can help offset inflation's impact. Gold is another traditional inflation hedge. It's a tangible asset that has held its value for centuries. People often turn to gold during times of economic uncertainty. Remember, investing involves risk. It's essential to do your research and understand the risks before making any investment decisions. Section 8. The importance of financial education. The best defense against inflation is knowledge. The more you understand about inflation, the better equipped you'll be to protect your wealth. Take the time to learn about personal finance. Read books, attend seminars, or talk to a financial advisor. The more you know, the better decisions you can make. Don't be afraid to ask questions. There's no shame in wanting to learn more about managing your money. It's your future, and you deserve to be in control. Section 9. Take control of your financial future. Inflation is a reality, but it doesn't have to control your financial well-being. By understanding inflation and taking proactive steps, you can protect your wealth and achieve your financial goals. Remember, the key is to put your money to work for you. Invest wisely, diversify your assets, and never stop learning about personal finance. Take control of your financial future today. Don't let inflation erode your hard-earned money. The power is in your hands.